overtime. Um, I think you guys, what you're witnessing is the emergence. You are witnessing the birth of the next big thing. Victor Wembanyama was amazing. 41 points. I mean, just key blocks, a block to basically secure the game. I told you guys, I told you that the Spurs could win this series. And I thought that the Spurs would probably take game two and that OKC would win game one. But I'm gonna be honest with you. They was without De'Aaron Fox and they still managed to beat them in overtime. I told you guys that the Spurs match up very well with OKC and they have no answer for Wembanyama. When I say they have no answer for him, they have no answer for him. When I say it's going to take everything that OKC has to win this series, I expect this series to go 6 or 7 games. But I can tell you right now, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. I don't want to say game two is a must win. I don't want to say game two is a must win, but if y'all don't win game two, you could find yourself in big trouble. Keep in mind, I'm saying this again, the Spurs beat OKC. They beat them like 4-1. They beat out of 5 games, they beat them 4 times, which meant that they had their number in the regular season. This Spurs team just look ready. They're young, they're ready, and the pieces are all coming together with them. Now, like I said before, there's plenty of basketball to be played. But if OKC don't win game two, it's a formality. It's just a matter of time. And OKC is a great team. But remember, I don't think that I think we were jumping the gun a little too soon. I found myself being a prisoner of the moment when they broke off like a X amount of games the beginning of the season. I was being a bit of a prisoner of the moment. But then when you think about it, they went 7 games. They went 7 games with the Pacers. And who knows what would have happened if Halliburton would have played? They might have would have lost that series. But nevertheless, we're not going to go by hypotheticals. We're not going to go by shoulda, coulda, woulda because that's not fair. At the end of the day, you play with who's there. Um, OKC won it. They won it. They got it done. But who knows how that game would have turned out if they would have had. Uh, they got a good team. They got a good young nucleus, and then they got the veteran guard. But he's still relatively young, and De'Aaron Fox, he's still relatively young. It's not like he's an old geezer. I don't know how old Fox is. I don't think he's 30 yet. And so much for OKC running the table. I said at if you watch my videos earlier in the year, I said do not be surprised when it's all said and done that it would be the Spurs and OKC. I saw about how the Spurs played their first 10 games. I saw it there that they would give OKC fits, and it looked like this is going to be a very tough series. Now, SGA didn't have a particularly good shooting night, but I do think that OKC will get it together, and I think they'll win. I think they'll win game two. And then once it gets to San Antonio, all bets are off. I expect that OKC will win a game in San Antonio. I think this is going to be an up and down series for the first 3 or 4 games. I think this series is going at least 6 or 7. But to me, this is what to me. Listen, Wembanyama is so good. Like I haven't seen anything like this ever. This dude is like 7 feet 6, 7'5", whatever the case may be. This dude moves like a two guard. This dude moves like a two guard, and he's a damn center. I keep telling you, his nickname should be the cheat sheet. Somebody send that to him too. Somebody did, because he's a cheat sheet. I'm telling you, Victor Wembanyama. Oh, whoever wins this series is gonna win the finals. I'm telling you, Victor Wembanyama is like this character, my homeboy, back in the day, the NBA, the NBA 2K days back on PlayStation 2 or whatever the case may be, the Chicago Bull days, and he made his own character. And this is who Wembanyama reminds me of. He called it. He created, like, you know how you can create your own character. So he created this character that was like just like Victor Wembanyama. Like he was like he made him like 7 feet, 7 feet 4 or something, and he called him Dog. So yeah, that's who Wembanyama uh, reminds me of. So, I guess he, prognosticated it. I guess he predicted this like 20 something years ago. But yeah, man, watching this was crazy work. And OKC got their hands full. And listen, I'm not rooting against them or rooting for them. I'm just glad that we seeing some good fundamental basketball now. Unfortunately, I don't know rating wise how this series is gonna do. I don't know how the finals is gonna do. But probably if you ask me who would Adam Silver have in the finals, I think if it was up to him, he would rather have the New York Knicks versus probably probably the Spurs, because the Spurs have been there before. During We all remember the great Tim Duncan and Ginobili and Tony Parker, and those guys. It started with David Robinson and Tim Duncan. David Robinson managed to win two championships on his way out. So, the Spurs are familiar with having championship, pedigree. So this is familiar territory. And the thing is about OKC. Unfortunately, it isn't the NFL, where the NFL markets the shield more than they do individuals and teams. And I think that's something that the NBA has been lacking just for X amount of years. The thing is, the reason why the NFL is more marketable than the NBA, because they are predicated off teams versus players. Of course, you're going to have a superstar player and all that kind of stuff, but for the most part, you don't see these guys' faces like you do in the NBA. And the problem is with a guy like SGA. He doesn't have much of a personality, and I hate to say that, but that's true. They want you to have a little bit of a flair to you. Now, they don't want you to, I'll say per se, act Dennis Rodman like, but they want you to be somewhere. They want you to be somewhere like where LeBron is and Dwayne Wade was. So show some enthusiasm, like you happy to be there. You know, they just don't like blue collar lunch pill basketball players. You know, and a lot of people just can't cling on to SGA because, like I said, he doesn't give you very much. And at the end of the day, it's not fair. You can't expect everybody to be like that, but unfortunately, that's just how it is. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, and this is real talk. As much as I respect Luka Doncic, I just he's just such a liability. He's just such a liability on defense. He just doesn't play defense. Now he could score. One of the most prolific scorers that I've seen in years. He could score. That's one thing he can do. He could score. But if you expect him to stop somebody on defense, and that's where he's a liability. Wembanyama can well pretty much do everything. And he's fluent with it. He doesn't force anything. He's fluent with it. So that's the difference between Luka. Um, I'm gonna be honest with you. In about 3 years from now, I'll say 3 years from now, maybe 4 or 5. It's gonna be very interesting to see where the Mavericks is versus the Lakers. I just think it's gonna be hard for the Lakers to win with Luka. Has and before you Luka fans come on here, I'm gonna say this is real talk. Has nothing to do with him being white Eastern European. Has nothing to do with that. It's just me watching him play. I think Cooper Flag is gonna. I think Cooper Flag is gonna be a better overall player, and he's gonna show people. Cooper Flag is gonna show people in a few years why Dallas traded Luka away to put themselves in a position. Because from what I see with Cooper Flag, he seemed to be the real deal. Okay, right on. Appreciate that. I just think that, look, like I said, I just think Cooper Flag is going to have more upside to him. I think he's going to be solid deep. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think that Cooper Flag is going to be a lockdown defender, but I think he's going to be able to play decent defense. We all know he's going to be able to score. We saw a glimpse of what he could be and what he's probably going to be, borrowing that he doesn't get seriously hurt. Um, I think eventually he's going to probably next year. I expect him probably to average like 24, 25 points a game. He's going to go, he's going to climb up the ladder as far as skills go. His skill set is going to get better and better and better as the years go by. Remember he's only like 18, 19 years old. So just imagine how he's going to be when he's like 21, 22. Then and then keep in mind he's what, 6'8", 6'8", 6'9". So he could possibly grow another couple of inches. Remember, LeBron James grew 2 more inches. LeBron James went from 6'7" to 6'9". Oh yeah, he's the truth. Nah, Cooper Flag he can play. Yeah, that's true. Austin Reeves isn't defensively sound neither. So I'm gonna be honest with you. Probably to be honest with you, I don't want to put this out there because I don't want, but I'm probably gonna say this because based off and I'm just telling you this right now. Um, Based off what I seen with one of my favorite players, which is Anthony Edwards, which was, AE. Um, I think by 2020, I think by 2026, I mean, excuse me, 2027, 2028, the Timberwolves, if he doesn't resign, I think they should consider trading him so they can get something for him because I don't see him staying with that. Based off how he basically started congratulating them basically with 8 minutes left, and a lot of people were criticizing him for that because they believe he quit on the team. That's a sign basically that, yeah, I'm out of here soon. But I just hope he don't go about it the wrong way where he just cause problems and all that kind of stuff. But I don't see Anthony Edwards re-signing with them. I see Anthony Edwards somewhere down the line. He just going to either leave during free agency or he'll be traded. Me myself, um, The Timberwolves organization is going, unless something dramatic happens, unless they can find a way to get some other marquee players to come there, that's what's going to happen. It's just hard to get guys like him to stay in those type of places like long term and stuff. You've been hearing that he wants to go back home and play in Atlanta. And Anthony Edwards did have a lot of outside distractions because the baby mama problems. He got an old ass lady that won't go away, a 40-year-old lady chasing him down for money. And then one of his other baby mamas is teaming up with the old one. What they need to do is team up to go get some damn jobs. They need to team up to go look for jobs. They need to team up to fill out applications and basically stop relying um on a nigga's income to you know cater to their lifestyle, because at the end of the day all you did was just lay on your back. My thing is, what's like, I kind of was wondering what was going on with Greg Popovich. I know he still comes to the practice and he works behind the scenes. Yeah. Yeah, that's a possibility. That's a possibility. That's a possibility that the Warriors could, after Stephen Curry leaves, but Anthony Edwards isn't going to be a free agent till the end of the 2029 season. He'll be an unrestricted free agent. But what I'm saying right now, they got you got to see what happens in the next couple of years, because if Minnesota doesn't get to the finals and win, because you can already see the frustration, because it's like, well, damn, if we can't get past OKC, now we got to deal with the Spurs. So OKC is like they literally the number three team that they have to figure out how to get past either one of them teams, because once again, San Antonio is stacked. OKC is stacked. But the Warriors would have to clean house within the next couple of they would have to clean house within the next couple of years to make way for um, Anthony Anderson. You have to wonder how much longer Stephen Curry's gonna be there. You have to wonder, what's going on with Draymond Green. But it is time for the Warriors to either find an heir apparent. I was saying to myself that the Warriors should try to do some kind of uh, I don't know if they can do it, because Milwaukee wasn't serious about trading Giannis, but I do believe Giannis will probably be moved in the offseason. You've been hearing rumors since last year that he bought a house in Miami and all that kind of stuff. And the Warriors did try to trade for Giannis, and they said basically Milwaukee asked for an arm and a leg for him, and they asked for damn near one of the deals, a deal similar to what Oklahoma got when they traded basically Paul George for. Yeah, that was a heist. That was a heist. But I was thinking with the Warriors, I was thinking that the Warriors should consider trading up. I know that they have on the depth charts, they have, for some reason, I was right about this the first time, but for some reason, I'm real big on Darius Acuff Jr. I'm real big on him for some reason. I believe that he could possibly be the steal of the draft. I believe he gonna be one of them dudes. He's NBA ready. I think it's not gonna take him long to figure it out. And then based off the fact he's one of those hybrid point guards. He's one of them dudes. He's gonna probably be like Dwayne Wade, where Dwayne Wade his rookie year he played a lot of point guard, and then he converted to the two. I could see Acuff being a one or a two or a 1.5. And keep in mind, he's already 6'3". He probably will grow. He's only 19 years old, so he'll probably grow another inch or two, maybe even grow another 3 inches. You never know. So I'm real big on Darius Acuff Jr. I'm real big on him, and plus he's from Detroit. because the Warriors now than ever, they really have to think about life after Steph Curry. You know, it's time. Oh man, here we go with the stupid shit. All right, so you're gone. I don't know why they. Oh man. Oh man. Let me. Damn, I got the wrong guy. Damn. The fuck. Sorry about that. You back? Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what's up with them. They be doing that on purpose, but yeah, man, go on with that, dude. Nobody don't want to hear that. Like, go take that weirdo shit somewhere else. We having a productive conversation about sports, so keep like stop the BS, bro. Like, good grief, where they be getting these dudes from? But no, but anyway, as I said before, I'm real big on that guy. Um, I don't know who the Warriors GM is. I don't know who replaced Bob Myers, but like I said, I'm real big. I'm real big, on A Cuff Jr. I like the guy. I like what he presents. And I'm telling you, I feel like he's NBA ready. I'm not going to say that he's a can't miss, but the only thing that I'm worried about, well, the only thing that worries me is about Steve Kerr because Steve Kerr isn't good at developing talent, and then Steve Kerr is for some reason he doesn't like big men. He doesn't like big men because look what didn't happen. Look what happened with James Wiseman. I mean, he gave up on James Wiseman basically, basically after one season. And I thought James Wiseman had potential to be a really good player. But sometimes when you have a coach that don't want you, they can kill your confidence. And I just feel like he's a confidence killer. So that's the only thing that I'm worried about with A Cuff Jr. But then again, Steve Kerr was a point guard, so he may fare well with him. Okay. Okay. Okay, that makes all the sense in the world. Okay. So yeah, they should look into that. They should look into that. They need to see what it's gonna take. And you have to understand now though, a lot of these teams they be trying to really finesse when it comes to draft picks and who they like. From what I was told, that Milwaukee asked for something very unreasonable for Giannis, and that's why the Warriors kind of outed them and a few other teams outed them. Milwaukee Bucks saying they ain't really trying to, they not really trying to trade Giannis, but based off the fact how early Giannis got shut down in the season, I think now you're going to hear people talking about teams being interested in Giannis. So it's better to get something for him now. I don't know when he's a free agent, but get something for him now. He's like 31 years old. You figure with Giannis, if he stays healthy, he got 5, 6, who knows, 7 good years left. But anyway, appreciate you guys. It's your boy Town. I'm out.